Okay, be honest with yourself for a second. Who truly controls your crypto? I mean, if the last few years have taught us absolutely anything, it's that age-old rule, not your keys, not your coin. Today, we're diving into this explainer on the OKX wallet. We're going to unpack this comprehensive guide to see if it actually delivers on that holy grail of true self-custody, giving you the top-tier security you need while seamlessly unlocking the entire Web3 universe. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll welcome you to self-custody, check out the Web3 gateway, look at uncompromising security, put OKX head-to-head against the competition, and finally get you started fast. Let's get right to it. Part 1. Welcome to self-custody and taking back control. Seriously though, who holds the reins to your assets? We've all seen the nightmare headlines, right? You wake up, a centralized exchange freezes withdrawals, and poof, your assets can literally vanish overnight. Because at the end of the day, you don't hold the keys, they do. It's the ultimate single point of failure. And that is exactly why ditching those centralized platforms for a true self-custody solution isn't just a good idea anymore. It's absolutely critical. Now, the source material points out a massive differentiator here, and it's a phrase you really need to know: client-side generation. What does that actually mean for us? Well, it means your private keys and your personal data never, ever touch a corporate cloud or an OKX server. Instead, they are generated and encrypted exclusively right there on your own device. You are the one and only custodian. No third party can snoop or access your funds. Basically, you become your own bank. Moving on to part 2, the Web3 gateway, or as I like to call it, your digital passport. Look, your wallet shouldn't just be a glorified digital vault where your crypto sits around collecting virtual dust, right? But going self-custody shouldn't mean you're isolated from the action either. Enter the OKX wallet. This thing connects to over 60 different blockchain networks. Yeah, 60 plus. We're talking the big players: Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, BNB Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, plus dozens more. And it brings them all together under one single roof. So instead of driving yourself crazy juggling a dozen different browser extensions for every single chain, everything just happens natively. You can connect straight to platforms like Uniswap or OpenSea, you can swap tokens across entirely different chains, stake your assets to earn some yield, and track all your NFTs across every network, all from one super clean dashboard. It's a totally unified ecosystem, which is a real game changer. Which brings us to part 3, uncompromising security or fortifying your vault. Because let's be real, all that amazing multi-chain access means absolutely nothing if your assets aren't locked down tight. The guide hammers home one non-negotiable rule here: private keys never leave your device. Since the generation and encryption happen 100% offline on your specific hardware, the risk of some remote centralized hack wiping out your funds is, well, practically zero. But just having passive offline storage isn't quite enough out in the wild west of Web3. To back it up, their open source code has been put through the ringer with rigorous third-party audits by industry heavyweights like Slowmist and Certic. On top of that, it's got proactive defenses built right in. I'm talking real-time anti-phishing alerts and smart contract risk scoring. It literally steps in to warn you before you accidentally sign a dodgy contract or fall for some clever social engineering scam. All right, let's get into part 4. OKX versus the competition, setting the new standard. When we stack this up against the old guard of digital wallets, the contrasts are actually pretty stark. Take MetaMask, for example. It remains heavily siloed over in the Ethereum ecosystem, and you're entirely missing out on native staking. Now, Trust Wallet and Coin98, sure, they put up a good fight and are definitely competitive, but OKX really edges them out with those comprehensive external audits and, this is huge, a highly responsive 24/7 in-app live chat. Having that live support safety net when you're managing your own finances is just massive. So it ultimately boils down to a pretty simple choice. Do you want the friction and headache of managing multiple single-chain wallets, or do you want the freedom of interacting with the entire Web3 ecosystem through one seamless interface? Consolidating all those different seed phrases and clunky extensions into a single, all-in-one approach? Yeah, that just makes sense. And finally, part 5, getting started fast and claiming your passport. Listen, migrating over isn't some technical nightmare. It's literally just a four-step process. First, download the extension or the mobile app. Second, create a brand new wallet or import your existing keys. Third, back up your recovery phrase. And fourth, you are immediately ready to connect to dApps and start exploring. That's the whole shebang. Actually, wait, let's pause on step 3 for a second, because this is vital. We have all heard the horror stories, right? People losing millions, literally millions, because they lazily saved their seed phrase on their notes app or took a screenshot that synced to the cloud. So listen up. Write it on paper. Keep it offline, absolutely no screenshots. This phrase is the master key to your digital vault, and keeping it totally analog is your absolute best defense. So you know the risks of relying on centralized platforms. You've seen the architecture of what a true multi-chain gateway looks like. The only question left for you is, are you ready to explore Web3? Taking self-custody is a serious step for sure, but with the right infrastructure, it grants you total, uncompromised ownership. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and we will catch you on the next one.